Hello everybody. My name is Mary Oquendo, and someone had asked me if I would do a little bit of talk about crystals for protection. I am an advanced crystal master. I've been working with crystals for, 14 years now, and it had all started when my miniature pincher, Marcus, hold on one second. That would be Marcus. Became ill and we couldn't get him regulated. Now, I would like to take the time to thank anyone who's on the replay. I appreciate that you took the time to watch this. But when Marcus had gotten sick, conventional medicine wasn't helping. He was getting, in fact, worse and worse every month. We couldn't get him regulated. We thought we were going to lose him. And it was strictly by accident that I stumbled upon some crystals and started to experiment with them and started finding some classes to take. And by the time when Marcus became ill at 5, by the time he passed away at 12, not only were we able to stabilize him, but we were able to reduce his insulin and also reduce his Cushing's medication. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has showing up. I appreciate that. And if you're new to Periscope, if you tap on the screen, you can put little hearts up there for me. So anyway, if you want to know a little bit more about me, this is my website, maryoquendo.com, and you can send me emails there, and I do respond fairly quickly. So when we talk about crystals and protection, that's kind of like a really, really vague term. There's like different things you could be protected from. One might be while traveling, and the other could be from your computer, the other from the EMS from your computer, and the other one could just simply be setting boundaries. So I'm going to start with the one for setting boundaries. Now, when you go to choose stones, I always tell people, look at them and pick what you like, and it's really and truly as simple as that. So, but any stones that are for protection, hi Louise. It is really hard on my computer. I'm not sure what's on my computer or my phone. The names are not showing up very well. So I'm sure that's a little glitch. Oh, good Lord. Oh my God, I have my first troll. Holy cow. I'll have to block that guy later. So anyway, so if you're looking for protection stones, the black stones are going to be your best bet. And so I'll show you a couple of them. And this is black kyanite. This kyanite, black kyanite, any of the kyanites are really fragile stones. It's not like a stone you want to put in your pocket or anything like that, because it'll just break into little pieces. Snowflake obsidian, which is actually one of my favorite because it's really pretty. And you can find a lot of pretty jewelry made out of black obsidian, snowflake obsidian. This is regular old obsidian. A lot of times you could find it in many different shapes because it is fairly easy to carve. A lot of times you'll find them shaped like the arrowheads. Black tourmaline, also a good stone for, again, this is for setting personal boundaries, whether they be energetic or just somebody just in your space. Another black stone is hematite, jet. And you could tell jet off of hematite because hematite is a little heavier and jet is really, really light. And my latest piece is a shungite. What I'm really digging about the shungite is that these little small pyramids, they're really good to fit in your hand like that. It's kind of cool. So that might be for personal or energetic or just your personal space. Protection while traveling is a whole other different set of stones. And for that, I like moonstone. Now this used to be a wand until someone dropped it, and now I have 3 pieces of moonstone. But moonstone, and this is also another form of moonstone. This is peach moonstone, and this is just, I guess, just a regular old moonstone. But yellow mookaite, hearts are another way that you'll find a lot of shapes, a lot of tumbled shapes are. And if you're going to have crystals in your pocket, they would be better off being the tumbled ones, because any of the raw pieces, there's just simply going to break in your pocket. Then you're going to have like crystal crumbs in your pocket. And citrine and pyrite. Those are all crystals that I would use, and in fact I do use when traveling. And since I now have 3 pieces of moonstone, this is the set that came from my pocketbook. I always keep a set in my pocketbook, and I have a set in each of my vehicles as well too. Now, on the other hand, protection from, say, EMFs, from the electronic, magnetic frequencies, the stuff that our computers and our TVs that we are simply bombarded with on a daily basis. For that, there's 2 kind of crystals that I really like. Actually 3, I'll take that back. The first one is selenite. Selenite has that like iridescence whiteness to it, and every bedroom should have a piece of selenite, especially if you have your cell phones in your room, if you have the TVs, the HD TVs in particular. Also, smoky quartz. Now, it's hard to see on just the iPhone camera, but you can see like a little tinge to this. The difference between smoky quartz and clear quartz is that the smoky quartz has sort of a smoky look to it. This is another piece here. Again, a little tougher to see. This is an exaggerated piece of smoky quartz. This most likely was not a natural smoky quartz. Probably was irradiated to get this dark color. And the third one to have around my computers is black tourmaline. Now, tourmaline also is a very fragile stone. If I was just to drop this right now, I would have several pieces of tourmaline. Definitely not something you want to keep in a pocket, but you could just put it on top of your computer. My personal choices for any of this is around my computers. I always keep selenite. For personal protection, I really like obsidian for that. So I'll have a piece of obsidian. Sometimes I'll go with the tourmaline instead. And for travel, I just have a group. It's not one stone I use for traveling. When I travel, I always have a moonstone, a yellow mookaite, which is a jasper, by the way, and a tigerite. Those are the 3 stones I will always have with me when I'm traveling. So if you have any questions, feel free to, again, my website is marioquendo.com. You can always find me there. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about crystals, if you go to my website and click on the Healer tab, and then Crystal Elementals Level 1 is an online, on-demand class that's already set up there. So thank you for attending this. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry. That was so my fault. Well, thank you, Arwen, for joining. And yeah, and I actually plan on doing these crystal scopes about once a week. How do you clean them? My preferred method of cleaning stones is I just like to simply put them out in moonlight. There are a lot of stones that are really soft. For example, the black kyanite, the tourmalines. If you run them underwater over time, you can weaken them and they'll just break apart. So, but moonlight, and it doesn't even have to be full moonlight. It doesn't even have to be outside in the moonlight. It just has to sit on a windowsill. But the moon's energies are so gentle that generally it takes care of it. Or you just put all your crystals around a piece of selenite. Crystals that I don't use very often and that I have in a drawer, I'll put a piece of selenite in that drawer with those crystals, and that'll kind of keep them always ready to go for me. When there's like a super moon or something like that, I tend to drag all of my crystals outside, so it's pretty spectacular to see like the thousands of crystals I have all over my deck. Are there any other questions? No? And then I got to go find the troll and I got to go block him now. So I feel like I've made it already. The first troll. I should have to to mark this on my calendar or something like that. So anyway, if you have any questions, again, feel free to my website, maryoquinta.com, and shoot me an email there. And I will see you guys next week. I'm not sure what the topic will be. I think I might do something on crystals and sleeping. If you have some suggestions that you would like to see, then shoot me an email about the topics or a particular crystal. And if I have the crystal, this way I could show it to you. If not, I could still give you information on it. So thank you very much. And swipe down to stop.